Hi everyone, it's Sarah, the owner and creator of Multifarious Nature. Thank you for joining me today. Whether you're a brand new viewer or a returning viewer, I greatly appreciate you taking the time to check out my videos. No shop update today. Normally I start with my shop update, but this is the weekend prior to Christmas, and I'm kind of taking it easy this weekend. I had some things with family that we were doing, and then of course next week we'll be heading back to Illinois again to spend time with family. So more just works in progress is what I'm going to talk about today. This may be well, it actually will be. It will be my last podcast of 2020. Can you believe it? This year is almost over. Just went by so fast. And yet it didn't. It's so weird. The whole year, it seemed to kind of, everything was just so strange. And then now it feels like yesterday it was March and we were just starting to go into this stay-at-home order that happened in Michigan. So weird. Yeah. Anyway, it's been a year, hasn't it? Goodness. Drinking some nice plain tea. Unsweetened. All right. So works in progress. First, sorry, I've got my notes down here, is the Leander shawl. And from last week, I don't know if you remember me mentioning, but I totally screwed up the lace part on this. So not a lot of progress. I worked on it just a little bit. So I actually forgot to move my progress keeper. I am pretty certain that I had at least started the gray. So probably more around here is where so I only did like a couple rows, guys. I really didn't do much on this. And I counted my stitches. So I totally screwed up the lace part, which I can live with. However, when I counted my stitches, I'm like 10, I think about 10 stitches off, which is really bizarre. So I think what happened, I'm not 100%, but I think what happened is I must have like screwed up a repeat or something, like missed a repeat. Because sometimes a lot of the patterns will say like repeat this section so many times, and I think I screwed that up somewhere, and I can see where that would happen. So here, learn from my mistake. All right, so normally when I do patterns, I'll use a pencil and I will put like a little notch or something next to the row that I'm on, just to keep track of what I'm up to. And what I started doing, which this is not a bad thing, I could have tweaked this slightly. So what I've been doing is taking, I can only do this quickly because this is a pattern you have to pay for, but you can see there's a sticky note there. I use my sticky note as like where I'm at, and I just move it down my pattern, which is totally fine. However, if your sticky note starts to lose the stickum, right, it'll fall off, which happened, and then you have to remember where you were. And this is why using a row counter, analog row counter, is really good. And I only have one that I made and I'm allowing myself to use. So, and that's on a different project. So I'm not sure, guys. What do you think? Should I completely rip this thing back? I mean, I'm not terribly far. I mean, I am, but I'm not terribly far. I could rip it back and start over. I kind of don't want to do that, but then I kind of do. I don't know. I'm still not sure about that. So what do you guys think? Do you think I should rip back, like completely rip back? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Should I completely undo it? What are your thoughts? I don't know. It's not, I don't think it's terrible. I know I could increase, and I've been doing that. Actually, the last couple rows I've added an increase. So I might be getting closer to where I should be, but that's a 10 stitch increase, and I've been increasing, I think, 1 or 2 stitches per row, so I don't completely screw up the patterning that's going on with the stitching. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts below. So this is that Leander shawl by Jane Vanslow. I don't know if I said that. And I am enjoying the pattern, but I did screw it up somewhere, and I think it's because I missed a repeat. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So yeah, these are on my Chiagu needles, and I am using the size needle that is recommended, I think, in the pattern. For the most part, I tend to stick with the needles that go in the pattern. My gauge is pretty accurate, usually. I think it's a size 3. Yeah, they're a size 3. This is like a light weight fingering, almost, yeah, lightweight fingering weight yarn. But, and it's on a 40-inch cable, so I've got my really big cable. It's probably ridiculously large for this shawl. I don't think it's going to get that wide. I think you don't need one that big. I think you could do it with like a 32-inch. Anyway, I don't know. I might rip that one back. I know I said I wasn't going to, but now that I realize how many stitches I am off, I just don't want to screw up some of the patterning going forward, because it looks really neat, the stitch work. So I want it to be accurate in that sense. I don't know. All right, so next is the Brick Sweater by Claire Lee. And I have made progress. And we shall see how this fits, okay? So as I said, I am doing the large sweater, and I think it's definitely loose. I tried it on. I did try it on. You can see here. I did try it on, and it is definitely a looser fitting sweater, which is fine. I like kind of that oversized fit. It's comfy. And it is using that Lopi yarn. It's a super rustic, which I have to say, I have mainly only worked with acrylic and superwash yarns, and that's just because of the accessibility, and just that's what I went for. Well, this is rustic. This is definitely rustic. It's got that nice halo. It's Lopi. It's a nice Atlantic yarn. Reynolds is the brand. You can Reynolds unfortunately is no longer in business, my understanding, but you can buy. There's other brands of Lopi yarn out there that are Icelandic, and they're actually very reasonably priced. I'm shocked how reasonably priced. I think you can get them for like $5 or $6 US, so per skein. And granted, that's like 200 some yards, but when you think about it, you might need like 5 or 6 skeins. This is 6 skeins of yarn that I'm going to be using for this. Maybe a little more because of the green, but like 6 skeins of yarn at $5 per skein, that's actually very reasonable for a sweater. When you think of it, takes about that many skeins of yarn of other yarns. And if you do indie dyed yarn, a lot of times they're over over $20 for sure, and then maybe even around $37 or something, or $40 a skein. And yeah, that can be, it can be a pretty expensive garment. Granted, it'll be really nice and you'll get great wear out of it, but this is just very reasonably priced, and it'll be super warm. So I'm excited about this, and I might be working more with rustic yarn. I'm just getting my feet wet in it, but I am really enjoying it. It's quite a pleasure to work with. So here is my progress keeper from last time. And as you can see, guys, I have a sleeve. I went from basically not having a sleeve, just picking up the stitches for the sleeve, basically. And now I have a sleeve. So here's the color work section I was talking about. And I tried doing every couple stitches and then picking up the color. And it's really funny. It created this crazy pattern. It went from being like every other stitch of this like gray color, then I started alternating it every 3 stitches. I'm just making up this pattern. And so it's kind of crazy and unique. I just have to make sure I replicate that on the other sleeve so it doesn't look insane. It looks planned. But you can see the sleeves are going to be kind of a loose fitting sleeve as well. I did do so the nice part about this pattern, it is a free pattern. it's amazing. So it is a very basic pattern, but it's awesome because it's kind of a like create your own mystery, you know, kind of thing. Create your own sweater. So you can do a plain body without shaping, which is what I did. So that's just you're straight. That's why it's more loose fitting at the bottom, and then it kind of gathers at the bottom where the ribbing is. So you could do that, or you could do a shaped body where it'll be more fitted and kind of curved. I did not do that, but you could do that. That's in the pattern. So I did the body without shaping, and then when I got to the sleeves, I actually did it with the tapering. So it's not a extreme tapering compared to the tapering in my other sweaters that I did. So it's still going to be a quite loose fitting sleeve, and then it will get tighter where the ribbing is. But I think it'll give it kind of, I hope, this is my hope, I hope it'll give me kind of that bell shape sleeve a little bit, where it kind of gives you that gather at the bottom. I think that's so pretty on a sweater. So we'll see. The sweater might be insane looking. I hope it's not, but I like it so far. So you can see it's nice and loose, and then I'm already starting on the ribbing, guys. In a week, I got a sleeve done. So you know how I said, oh, I'll finish this in a week? Yeah, right. I knew that wasn't going to happen. So I still have to do the other sleeve, and I have to finish this ribbing here, which is going to be the same amount of length here. So it'll probably be about the same length, the sleeves to the body, which is fine. The body definitely hits mid-hip, which is what I was hoping for. So I'm very excited about the length. It'll be nice and cozy and warm. And yeah, liking this so far. We'll see how it goes. Once I finish this sleeve, I will try it on again, see how the sleeve looks, see if I want to replicate it on the other side. And hopefully I do, because I really don't want to rip it back if I can help it. I really want to wear this sweater soon because it's just going to be so warm. I love having it on my lap. It's like having a blanket on my lap. It's so nice. So I am enjoying this pattern greatly, and it's once you start doing it, you can realize that it is very customizable. So if you're just starting to learn how to make sweaters, I say this pattern's pretty good as a beginner pattern. There is, like, when it comes to the sleeves, either I'm doing my own thing. It kind of makes it sound like it doesn't really explain how to attach the bottom of the sleeve. I think that maybe is that's the right thing to say. It doesn't explain how to do that. It assumes that you know how to. So I wouldn't necessarily say this is the best beginner sweater. If you're gonna do a sweater, try to find one that has actually, I hate to say it, but like a lot of pages with a lot of details, because you really do need that. So I would say that lightweight raglan sweater by Pearl Soho, which I did in prior videos, I would say that's a very good beginner sweater for the most part. The raglan shaping wasn't extremely detailed, but when it comes to how to do like underarm and all of that, and the basic like shaping of a sweater, like short rows and all of that, I felt like that was a very good beginner sweater. So if you're just starting to learn and it's your first sweater, I would recommend that Pearl Soho sweater over the brick sweater by Clearly. However, this would be a good follow-up sweater. So there you go. Take that with a grain of salt. That's my opinion. So yeah, and then that green is just from a secondhand store that I got that yarn. And this video, I feel like I always rush through because I actually need to make it under a half hour because I don't know how to really edit photos very well, guys. But that will change soon. All right, so the next is my Shake It Up shawl, which, oh gosh, I love it. It's so wild and fun. Okay. So this is, if you haven't heard of a yarn advent, this is new to me as well, but for Christmas, my husband gave me a yarn advent. So every day leading up to Christmas, you get a yarn mini skein open it up, and then on Christmas Day I get a full-size skein. And the lady who dyed up the yarn is A Chick That Knits is her brand. And this is what I have so far, guys. So this is the Shake It Up shawl by Anna Joanna. It's getting huge. So it's now so big that I cannot fully like open it because it'll fall off the needles. So this is a 32-inch needle, circular. And this is, I'm on brioche. I'm almost there, guys, because I have been consistently keeping up with my days. So every day that I open a new color, I knit with that color. So I am on day 20. However, with brioche, you need 2 colors. So I have to wait 2 days before I can knit a brioche section. So I just finished this section of brioche, which is a beautiful deep purple, and then this like fun pink color. And it's huge. I went from like super bright colors and then got a little bit more neutral, which this is definitely more like my normal comfort zone here, but then like more wild fun colors. So I'm excited about this shawl. This is gonna make me branch out. But the next colorway that I opened today, so today is the 20th of December, this is called All of Me. Isn't that gorgeous? So I don't know what my second colorway is yet for my brioche. So it's this one, and then whatever tomorrow's color is. So whichever one's the lightest will be the brioche that I will make pop forward on the right side, and then the darkest color will be the one that falls into the back. And so that's what I mean. I did here, and then in this section as well, and here. That's what you want to do, just so it really pops out, because that's what brioche is. It's this really gorgeous, fluffy texture, and it's so much fun to knit. So I'm excited about the next colorway. We'll see how that goes. But I'm almost done. So I will be opening the 25th day on Christmas, and so that will be the border section. And I'm still debating whether I want to do the tassels. Tassels are not really my thing. I don't know if I'm going to do them or not. I know it's part of the pattern, and I know it does add weight, so it helps it like keep from unfurling, you know, off of you, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do the tassels. But so this is the wildness. Normally it's 3 colors, and I'm doing this in 25 colors. So it's super fun and beautiful, and I just am loving it. This whole process is so wonderful. So if you've never done a yarn advent, I know they are not inexpensive. They're rather expensive and quite a bit of an investment, but I'm really enjoying the process of it, and it's just really nice this time of year. We've actually been fortunate. We haven't had any measurable snow whatsoever. We've had a little bit of snow coming down here in Zeeland, Michigan, but it's just like a little like dusting and completely goes away. No measurable snow. So it's been gray here and there, and having this beautiful shawl with a lot of color and the mystery of what's coming each day has been quite a joy. So has made my days go by quickly. So something to look forward to every day. But that is it for my works in progress. And oh, so I mentioned that I can eventually start making videos. They're just slightly longer. I don't see myself making super long videos, but I do feel like I rush through these. So I'm so excited. So we made an investment here and got a computer. So this is a new laptop, brand new, just got it today. So I'm still learning how to work with it, but I did get some free editing software for video editing, and it has a camera on there. So I will be able to record videos and hopefully edit them and do some more interesting things. At the moment, I'm so new to doing this that I don't have like any fun titles or intro or anything like that. And I'm excited about the possibilities of being able to do that. So that's to come in the future because of this wonderful tool. And we shall see what comes of that. Yeah, but hopefully then I can do longer videos and not rush through them like I feel like I am right now. Oh man. Anyway, goodness. But one of the other ladies, actually a couple people I've been listening to lately on podcasts on YouTube here, knitting podcasts and such, have been talking about traditions and things that they've done, especially this time of year and during like the Christmas season. So I kind of wanted to just mention a little bit about some of my traditions growing up. So I was raised Catholic, so I did go to a Catholic church growing up, and we went to Christmas Mass on Christmas Eve, usually, especially when I was a lot younger. We did that quite a bit. And then, I mean, I have younger siblings. So when they were still pretty young, I wanted to, go to Christmas Eve Mass, and my mom would stay home with them because she just, it was a lot, she had 4 of us. So I do remember my dad coming with me and going to Christmas Eve Mass, and I actually really enjoyed that. It was so beautiful. One thing that I don't know if every Catholic church that does this, but the one that I went to did, they had the bell choir. So they would do the bells, and oh, it's so pretty. I do miss that, actually. I really enjoyed those services, and listening to, the Bible verses read, and the beautiful hymns being sung for Christmas Mass. That was really, really nice. So I do miss that. That's a kind of a tradition that I grew up with. Nowadays, the church that I currently go to is a non-denominational Christian church. So they do their service prior to Christmas. So the weekend prior is when they do their service, and they did theirs. Well, today actually is the service that I attended online, because they do offer in-person service, but currently with a lot of the health situations going on, and just trying to be cautious myself, we attended from home, and it was just really special. And they read the Christmas story to the children. One of the pastors does, and it's really special. And then they lit candles at the end of the service, and to represent the light of Jesus. And I just thought that was so beautiful. So I'd love to hear about your Christmas traditions. We do have a Christmas tree. It is a non-live tree, and it's really pretty. We were able to get that at a second-hand store this year, so that was exciting. And I have a bunch of ornaments from my parents, actually, and a few of mine from growing up. So it was a nice tradition to be able to start putting up our own decorations here. And we usually always decorate our tree on the day after Thanksgiving. So it's usually that Friday following Thanksgiving is when we put up our tree. That's how I grew up. And so that was what we did this year as well. We got to help at my parents decorate their tree. And then when we came home, we set up our tree for the first time and decorated that. So that was exciting. And I'm trying to think of any other Christmas traditions. I don't know. We usually have a nice big dinner on Christmas Day. Is usually when we do our Christmas celebrations for the most part. Christmas Eve, we'll usually watch a Christmas movie of some kind. My favorite is It's a Wonderful Life. That is my absolute favorite Christmas movie. and I love to watch it every year, and I torture my family with it because half of them don't like to watch it. It's a black and white movie, and I just love it. I love the meaning behind it. I think it's special. So those are some of my favorite traditions. I would love to hear some of your favorite holiday traditions, or if you don't celebrate Christmas or celebrate different holidays, I'd love to hear what your traditions are. And if you don't celebrate holidays, if there's any winter traditions that you usually stick to, like sledding or things like that nature, I would love to hear about that. And please comment below. And just a reminder, if you are not a subscriber yet and you'd like to hear more, and I try to post weekly, please hit subscribe below, and if you hit the bell, it will notify you when I do upload new videos. So I'd love for you to join me in the future, and I'd love to hear from you guys. I so enjoy getting messages from you and hearing about your traditions and your life. So please feel free to comment below. And yeah, I think that's it for this week. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. If you do celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and get to spend some time with family via in person or online, through the web, chatting and being able to spend time together. And I hope you do get to create, and I hope you're healthy and happy. Have a great rest of your week, and I hope you have a happy New Year if I don't see you prior to New Year's. Take care, guys. Bye.